All right, so on the 944 with the 6-liter V8 project we got going here, the car is pretty much done. Well, it is done. Been driving around, it's inspected, it's legal, it's insured, it does everything it's supposed to do, all the gauges work, we can check fuel mileage and all that fun stuff. So we're attacking some of the smaller problems. One of them being the air filter. So for this setup, we've got the unfortunate situation where the end of the throttle body is very, very, very close to the hood release mechanism, the headlight crossbar, and even the upper radiator hose on the water pump. So that's a real problem. And, we've just been squishing an air filter in there. I got my new cone air filter there, and I cut a piece of pipe and painted it black so it'll go on there. And it does go on there, but it sticks up high. It rubs on the hood like the old one did. And I'm thinking we're going to try to solve this somehow. The options are, I already thought of swapping the intake manifold around. But as you can see, we would just run into the same problem at the back of the engine compartment, and it would just run into the firewall. So that's not a good option. Renegade Hybrids put out a new video last week where they showed some 914 conversions. And one of the interesting things that I saw in there that I had not considered before was they used a square bore carburetor type intake manifold that Holley makes that is made for port fuel injection. So it has a place where you can mount the fuel rail on there, and basically you could use either a 4-barrel throttle body, or you could use, they make these adapters that go like a little over 90 degrees with a square bore flange on them and a throttle body flange on the other side. The problem with doing that is this MSD Atomic LS fuel injection system I'm using, everything is in the fuel rail. Like that's where the computers and the processors and the sensors get hooked to and everything. This doesn't look like it will fit on one of those intake manifolds. So that's kind of the problem. And I got my old carburetor intake manifold out here that I was originally going to put on there. And just kind of eyeballing it up, trying to figure out how this would work, how bad our hood clearance is going to be with something like that. So I don't know. Most likely we'll have to change the fuel injection system. They make 4-barrel type fuel injection systems to replace carburetors. The problem with them is they're not meant for an LS. They're meant for something with a distributor. So they don't control 8 coils like a proper fuel injection system does. So I don't know what I'm going to do. But if we're going to change it, most likely it's not going to be cheap. So I don't know. More on that later when I figure it out, I guess.